Anka, take it away.
All right, you've made it all the way to the fourth session. There's been a lot of sessions on AI today, and I hope that you gleaned something from the previous ones. In today's session, we're going to touch on a bit of data analysis and automation. Again, this is probably not the time when we're going to dive deeper into any of those topics because there just isn't enough time and there's so much to talk about each one of those topics, each one of those tools. I hope this just gives you enough of a taste to just go and create your own sandbox and play with a lot of those tools and see if they work for you, see if they would benefit you in your own workflows. Now, when it comes to today's events, I think a lot of the teams are out there are feeling under so much pressure to not just show real results and bring in revenue and attract new customers, but really get a return on every dollar that is spent, whatever that spend is. And with a lot of the limited resources and the budget that a lot of event marketers are dealing with, the focus on the work that drives impact is really high. So in this final session, my goal is to just dive a little bit into data analysis and workflow automation for the event industry. There's a few tools out there that I'm going to highlight now. Some of those, they might not be free. It is hard to find a free tool for data analysis. There is some that can be used, but it takes a little bit of a tech savviness. And if you're willing to learn, there's definitely opportunity out there. What we're gonna wanna look at is how AI can help gather some insights and streamline some of the workflows. Now, I wanted to also address something when it comes to data analysis. Privacy and data integrity are big concerns, especially as you're looking at leveraging AI for data analysis. And there's definitely best practices that are required to be put in place to make sure that we're keeping that data secure while we're still leveraging AI and its capabilities. Now, for a lot of people around the world, a lot of the work happens in Microsoft 365 apps. And this is where Copilot can be a really useful tool if you are someone that cannot use a lot of the other AI tools out there because they are not necessarily allowed in your work environment. So using Copilot is a perfectly great tool that can deliver that productivity gain as well as time savings. And Microsoft has been launching the next wave of Microsoft 365 Copilot, which is bringing web work pages as a new design system for knowledge work. And it's one of the first new digital artifacts that Microsoft has come up with and is been improving Copilot in Microsoft 365 apps by allowing for advanced data analysis, especially in Microsoft Excel, also dynamic storytelling in PowerPoint if you use that, and then even managing your inbox in Outlook. And then the next thing that they've announced is the Copilot agent, which is making it easier and faster than ever to really automate and execute business processes on your behalf, do a lot of the things that you weren't able to do and capable to do before. So a few of the details in this update is new agents that include a self-service agent for HR and IT, a SharePoint agent for document search and insights, which is something that in my company we're looking forward to, especially to consolidate a lot of the data, a lot of the information. This massive library that is housed on SharePoint, but it sometimes can be very difficult to actually find what you're looking for. And the biggest thing in 2025 for teams will be to look at all the opportunities that Copilot agents can do, including real-time translation agents that can interpret and mimic conversations. I think it's up to 9 languages that they're looking for to introduce while preserving the speakers' voices. And why does this matter? Is because by integrating AI agents into Microsoft's billion plus users' daily workflows, this can really normalize the agentic use of AI much faster than it previously did, especially in the previous rollouts. So that's that. I just wanted to highlight it because it's exciting. Now, when it comes to data analysis with AI, a couple of the tools that I wanted to highlight because we use them heavily in our events is Domo for real-time data insights. This platform is all about providing real-time insights from multiple data sources. And this is where you have different APIs integrated, and then it pulls together registration data, social media metrics, attendee engagement all in one place. And then Domo makes it super easy to then spot trends and make informed decisions quickly. Another platform that uses advanced AI capabilities to enhance personalization at scale within the event industry is Cvent. As much as you might like or hate Cvent, they have quite a few AI-driven features on the roadmap that are worth paying attention to and keeping an eye on. And some of those are global profiles, where they leverage AI and machine learning to enable planners to build detailed attendee profiles by analyzing data from past interactions and preferences. And that facilitates the creation of relevant audience segmentations and then deliver that super hyper personalized event follow-ups and marketing communications. Another technology that I came about at IMAX actually is Turnout, and it's a tool that helps you track attendee behavior in real time. And for instance, you can use it to understand which booth has the most traffic, foot traffic, or which sessions had the highest attendance. And then it gives you actionable data to improve your event planning strategies. And those are just 3 tools that we use at our agency to provide data analysis for our clients, but also for our events, and extract the type of information that can really inform better decision making. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, yeah, this is actually a highlight of what Domo does in real time with real-time event insights and the type of data that it aggregates, including identifying emerging patterns and optimizations that are possible. That's that. And then we talked about Cvent's AI power personalization at scale. And that's something that they're looking forward to launch in 2025. And then Turnout, the real-time attendee tracking that I mentioned. Turnout is a very interesting technology, and I was very impressed with them, to be honest. And I hope that you get to check it out for yourself and see if there's any benefit to your events, especially when it comes to ROI measurement. It really supports the success of your event with some really concrete data-driven metrics. Okay, we talked about Sparkit in our previous session, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time. Just know that they do have the analysis option there that you can glean strategic insights. You can find solutions and actions based on your data, based on assessing patterns and opportunities. A sentiment analysis, that's a big one. And then even have this video podcasting analysis tool, which I found helpful, especially if I need to figure out what the content is about, or just extract the key takeaways or maybe impactful quotes that I should know about. And this was just an example of using the build agenda to generate something that can easily be done in Sparkit. Okay, streamline your workflow with Make Automation. This is something that I'm strong on, and actually I have a few workshops that I teach on, because you can take any spreadsheet and then optimize it to follow a specific workflow. In this workflow, I generate LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram content based on the latest AI news. And there's this series that I do every week called AI News or AI Tips, and that is fed from a Google spreadsheet that is being populated by Perplexity AI with the latest AI news that week. And then from there, based on a specific prompt that I crafted for each one of those tools, I would either generate an image or I generate a specific output based on the prompt that is created and produced on a specific template. So every single post task that is within that series looks the same. And then it gets outputted on a schedule to Facebook page, to the Instagram page, and then LinkedIn page. So imagine that you could do something similar with your event registration, where you can automate the personalized confirmation emails from your CRM. You can automate some of the pre-event communication that has to do with scheduling and sending reminder emails, updates, event materials, without having to constantly do it manually, or post-event follow-ups where you can trigger thank you email, surveys, and whatever next steps might be based on the attendee journey that you've created for your event. And then you can generate a report so that all your platforms are updated with the latest information or whatever insights that you're trying to collect. Same thing can be done with Bardeen. I use Bardeen for mostly content scheduling, and there's a lot of playbooks that they have. So like, for example, if I wanted to extract certain information from certain LinkedIn profiles, that's automated, and I have it downloaded into a Google spreadsheet. I can go to either for lead gen or maybe use for sending a message out. Workflows can be automated in so many different ways when it comes to event planning. And that's one thing that it will be the way of the future in 2025, because there's a lot of manual tasks that are being performed in our workflows currently. And if there's a way in which you can implement a few of those automation tools and workflows to be able to get rid of some of the repetitive tasks that you have to do daily, hopefully that will allow you to gain some time back so that you can allocate on things that require your humanity, your creativity. You can brainstorm, you can find ways in which you can improve the attendee journey, the engagement, whatever it is that you want to work and improve more of. And here's one example where AI automations have helped so much. I was having a conversation with the head of programming at South by Southwest, and he was telling me how in the past they used to spend about 2 to 3 months on reviewing the surveys that they would collect post South by Southwest. And this was their small team, 4 or 5 people, that every single one of those surveys would look at each one of them, would label them, would make sure that it's categorized based on either key takeaways, on actionable steps that needed to be implemented. And that would take about 3 months of their time. And they knew that until one day, about 2 years ago, with the new AI tools, ChatGPT, they had an intern there and they asked him, hey, is there a way in which we can automate this process? And they did what I did for my own podcast. They created this automated custom GPT to intake all the surveys and analyze them, label them, and then create a report that now was very much labeled, categorized, and ready to be acted upon without them having to go manually. And what would have taken them 2-3 months in the past, it's now taking them maybe a week to go into this report and make sure that they follow through and they take the right actions. But a lot of that manual work now, it's gone. So now they have more time to spend on creating better experiences, better activations, better opportunities for their attendees, because they don't have to spend that time anymore on just going through each one of those surveys one by one manually. So imagine what you could be doing with your time if there's a way in which you can automate some of the tasks that you're doing, and if there's a way in which you can also provide an actual ROI to every single one of those steps, so that whatever it is that you're trying to enhance or you're trying to prove, now it's there, it's in the data, and that data has a story, because AI doesn't have a story, but you do. And if you can create a narrative for your data in a way that is compelling enough, then that's where the benefit of AI will be seen even more so as we move into 2025. All right, I think we're totally out of time. If you like to learn more, I would recommend that you keep finding ways in which you can harness AI in your own particular case, and connect with me on LinkedIn. I will be more than happy to point you in the right direction, to the right resources. If you have questions, answer them to the best of my abilities. And with that, enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of the sessions.
Anka, I cannot thank you enough. I know that this woman, this incredible woman, not only did she find the time to create these sessions for us, to do all the research and to put it all together, but she is also, of course, a world-renowned producer. She runs Fit for Events. She's a bodybuilder and actually competes as a bodybuilder and helps people with their own personal health journey. And she has children, and she's doing all this stuff. And by the way, she just got a full-time job too. So Anka, she's also a Club Ichi insider. She hangs out in the Slack channel. She's very active within Club Ichi. So if you want to connect with her, that's probably the best place to find her, because she is all over the place all the time. Now, we just went through AI 101 this morning to talk about generative AI 201 to talk about prompting frameworks. Then we hit AI 301 around content creation and marketing. And this was AI 401, data analysis and automation.